The book I chose to read for my IRP project was Rabbit Run by John Updike. A quick summary that I wrote for context of the project is Harry Engstrom, a man who peaked in high school, is now living a life that he does not care for. The book starts with him and his 7-month pregnant wife, Janice, fighting. He leaves the house to go talk with his old high school basketball coach, Marty Tothrow, and through Marty, he meets a woman named Ruth Leonard. Harry and Ruth quickly develop feelings for each other after meeting. Harry then decides to leave his wife and move in with Ruth. 2 months later, Janice is in labor, and Harry goes back to see her. Harry moves back into his old apartment with his wife and 2 kids, and all is good until a week in when Harry and Janice fight again. It ends in Harry leaving, and Janice, while intoxicated, accidentally drowns her newborn daughter while trying to give her a bath. Harry goes back to Ruth and finds out that she is pregnant with Harry's kid. She gives him an ultimatum to either divorce Janice and marry her, or she will abort the baby. Harry decides to go through with the divorce and be with Ruth, but in the end of the book, Harry goes out to pick up food from the deli and runs away from the situation, just like he ran away from all the other problems he had in the book, and this is where the book ends. Earlier today, I sat down with Harry Engstrom and interviewed him. I asked him 3 questions about his life. The first question I asked him was, do you think that it was wrong for you to leave your wife and children to live with a woman who you had just met? His answer to this question was, although I believe that it might have been an impulsive decision that may have hurt the people who loved me, I needed to rediscover my own happiness in life. I just couldn't put my time and energy into a woman that I didn't truly love anymore. The textual evidence for this answer was on page 92. I once did something right. I played first-rate basketball. I really did. And after you're first-rate at something, no matter what, it kind of takes the kick out of being second-rate. And that little thing Janice and I had going, boy, it really was second-rate. The second question I asked Harry was, after you talk with your past mentor, Coach Tothrow, would you say that you blame yourself for the death of your daughter, despite you not being there? The answer Harry had for this question was, I completely blame myself for my daughter's death, and I wish I could take full legal responsibility for the situation as well. I am the reason that my wife was drinking that night, and I am to blame for her emotional turmoil. It was unjust that Janice was charged with the account of murder and not me. I should have been there for my family that night, and it is the biggest regret that I live with today. The textual evidence for this question was on page 240 when Harry was talking with Coach Tothrow, and Coach Tothrow said, I warned you. He says, I warned you, Harry. But youth is death. Youth is careless. The third question I asked Harry was, do you think that your shortcomings in life correlate to your peak in high school and you being, in a way, stuck in your past? Harry's answer for this question was, when I played varsity basketball, I fell in love with being great. I was the best at what I did, and it made me feel on top of the world. So in a way, I think that I would admit to my negative points in life correlating to me trying to relive my past at times. I think moving forward, I should focus on the present, and be appreciative of the good things that I have in my life. The textual evidence I have for this is on page 5. They've not forgotten him. Worse, they've never heard of him. This concludes the interview that I had with Harry Engstrom. Overall, I believe, for the moral of the story, overall, I believe that Harry Engstrom's story teaches us that even when life gets hard and situations become complicated, we must always take the moral path. If Harry were to do the right thing and respectfully request to divorce his wife, then he could have saved Janice's mental health along with the life of his daughter. I also think that this story teaches us that we must be appreciative of what we have and not to take for granted the people who love us. Throughout the story, Harry continues to search for better for better and chase the feeling of the peak he felt in high school. If he would have learned to be appreciative of what he had going for him, then he might have stayed with Janice, or at the least, been happier in life. This is what I believe we can learn from the book Rabbit Run. And that concludes my project. Thank you.